A mother returns. Rosehill village was a quiet, humble land, nestled gently behind emerald hills, where the breeze danced through thatched rooftops and children played beneath ancient trees. In this village lived a young man named Elias, 24 years old, the pillar of a family missing both parents, but never short on love. Elias's parents had passed away when he was just 8. His sister Mary, barely out of her teenage years, had to dry her tears and take over the role of mother to her 2 brothers. The youngest, Michael, just an infant then, grew up cradled by Mary and shielded by Elias, who became the man of the house far too early. The burden of greens and gratitude. Every morning before dawn, Elias would rise and push a rickety wooden cart to the village market, selecting the freshest vegetables, bok choy, carrots, spring onions, potatoes, with the care of someone choosing food for his own family. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., he would roam the village streets, calling out, "Fresh veggies here, picked this morning, sweet as sugar carrots, lush green mustard." Villagers loved Elias not only for the quality of his produce, but for his ever-present smile, his genuine eyes, and how he greeted every elder and child as if they were kin. In the evening, Elias set up a small stall by his house. Late working mothers, weary elders, and lonely men. Everyone stopped by Elias's stall. Though his vegetables were slightly pricier, no one complained. They knew that buying from Elias meant buying into trust and kindness. Silent seeds of jealousy. But not everyone was pleased with Elias's success. 2 other vendors, Mr. Smith and Mrs. Brown, had been watching their customers dwindle. "That fake smile of his, he overcharges and still gets all the traffic," muttered Mr. Smith. "Only fools fall for his act. We need to teach him a lesson," added Mrs. Brown. They began to spread rumors and even mimicked his warm greetings. But true kindness has a feel, and no matter how well you disguise it, fake flowers wilt fast in the rain. The woman at the edge of life. Among the bustle, Elias began to notice an old woman. Each evening she came to his stall, gazed longingly at the produce, asked prices, and walked away silently. Her coat was threadbare, her hands trembling, clutching a frayed basket. One evening, as the market emptied, Elias approached her. "Ma'am, I see you here every night. Why don't you buy anything?" The old woman, Mrs. Johnson, smiled wistfully. "I have no family. I live by scraps. Your vegetables are beautiful. I come just to look. It warms the heart." Elias stood in quiet thought. Then he wrapped up the freshest vegetables and handed them to her. "Please come every evening. Whatever's left, I'll gift it to you. I don't want to be a burden." "You're not a burden. You remind me that kindness shouldn't need a reason." From then on, Mrs. Johnson became Elias's last customer each day. He reserved a portion for her, sometimes with ginger, sometimes with spring onions. In return, she shared tales of yesteryear, fields in bloom, cold winters, and children long lost to time. A quiet bond began to bloom. Jealousy turns to danger. Mr. Smith and Mrs. Brown fumed. "He's just doing this for fame," hissed Mr. Smith. "Let's give him a real taste of the street," Mrs. Brown spat. That night, as Elias pushed his cart down a dark lane near the oak woods, they ambushed him. "Think you're a saint? Giving away vegetables? Ruining our business? Get out of this village." Elias froze, but he didn't beg. "I only wish to live kindly. If that offends you, I'm sorry." Just then, a cry shattered the silence. "Someone help, please!" Mrs. Johnson. She had seen the scene and screamed for help. Lights flicked on, villagers ran out. Smith and Brown fled into the darkness. Elias collapsed, shaking. Mrs. Johnson wrapped her arms around him. "Are you all right? You saved me," Elias whispered. "Family. Sometimes the ones we choose." Later that night, when things calmed down, Elias looked at Mrs. Johnson and softly asked, "Please, don't live alone anymore. Come live with us. Would you be our mother?" Mrs. Johnson stood stunned. After years of solitude, she'd learned to live in shadows. And now, Elias, a stranger, called her mother. Aren't you afraid of what people might say? A good life fears no gossip. We need someone like you. And I need someone I can call Mom. Tears welled in her eyes. She nodded. A mother returns. From the day Mrs. Johnson moved in, the small house glowed with warmth. Mary was happier, now with someone to share chores and whisper secrets to. Michael adored her like a real grandma, learning recipes, listening to stories, learning patience and empathy. Elias finally felt unburdened. He no longer carried the world alone. At dinner, he heard a familiar voice. Eat slowly, dear. Each night, they gathered to share their day. Laughter, stories, the smell of warm soup filled a once empty house with the rhythm of home. A year later, at Mary's wedding, long after guests had left, Elias took Mrs. Johnson's hand. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for coming back and for choosing us. She didn't say a word, just smiled. That smile of a mother who had once lost everything and now found family again.